for future use. But basically, we're starting March 2020. All my speaking engagement got postponed.
El cable azul por ahí.
COVID came, CDC, Dr. Fauci, masks, social distancing. Everything went chaos. Everybody is afraid. Everybody is scared. Nobody knows what to do. What's going to happen next? Everybody was tuned on the news. Everybody was looking at the news. They're looking for a way out. But everybody was stuck. Even I didn't know what to do. I was thinking of all the bills that I have to settle, all the things that I have to do. But thanks to my friend, can I call him Dr. Shoshana? I don't know. Dr. Sardik Love. In a comment on Instagram, he got me to stumble on this book, Change Your Life, Change Your Questions, by Dr. Marilee Adams. And that, I went through a 6-month learning journey. It changed my life. And I would like to share this with you because I know most of you are trainers, most of you are coaches, and you can use this to change your life, to change your results. 3 weeks back, I was supposed to run a program, the same program, for 2 groups of people. I ran the first 4 days, and then the second group were supposed to come next week. Meaning today is Wednesday, and next week on Sunday, I will start with the second group. My best client called me to tell me that the confirmed program was canceled. Now, mind you, this is my best client. This is the client that I get the best business out of them. And I've been doing business for them for a long time, more than 20 years. And for them to tell me, you are out, I was like really feeling being judged or put down. So immediately I was going to call, and how do you think my call with this institution going to be? With that mindset, up or down? How about my mood? Up or down? The relationship, is it going to be good? So while I was thinking of all these dramatic issues and all the things that is happening, all of a sudden, the picture or the image of the choice map came in front of my eyes, my mind eyes. And I said, well, let me look at this situation in a different way. Now, this is the only time that these guys postponed or canceled a confirmed program. I've been doing it for 20 years. They never did that. This is the first time. Do they like me? Do they hate me? Maybe they think I'm too old for them anymore. I'm not needed anymore. And then I start putting the fact and the assumptions, and I started separating the assumptions from the facts. And when I looked at the fact, I said, no, why am I thinking in that manner? Why am I asking myself these questions, these bad questions? Maybe I should ask myself, well, let me see what is the reason, what is out there. And I called my customer, and the conversation went from being on the defensive, me being, on saying, why did you do that? And, negative issues, I said, thank you for canceling the program. I must have done something wrong for you to. They said, no, 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 you didn't do anything wrong. But we had an issue with these group of people. We don't want you to be with them. I said, okay, thank you very much. And then they said, well, we want you to work on a bigger program for the senior people. We want you to devise, because you are Blanchard certified, we want you to organize or to design a program that will take 4 to 6 months on a leadership development program, and we want you to put all the design, so instead of talking about the 4 days program that was supposed to be canceled or was canceled, we started talking about a 3 to 4 months program with the more senior people. That means I have a bigger exposure. And that's the idea of us. We tend to go into more of a judger path rather on a learner path. This is something that I would like you to discover between you. Okay? I would like to share with you this tool that I learned called the choice map, and I would like to see your input on it. Is that fine? Okay, let's do that. Do I have the choice map here? No, I don't. One second. That's the choice map. Ta-da! Oops. What's this? Why is this here? Usually, I would take you into breakout rooms to discuss this. But since we are only 14, I think we can do it together. Can you see the map? Yes. Okay. Okay. Just look at it and take a note. What do you see? What do you see in this image? And we can share together what you have noticed from this image. I just want you to figure it out yourself from looking at it. Okay, and then we can have discussion about it.
Yes, with the judger mindset, you will end in the mud and stuck in the mud. And
yes.
Yes, that is always the same. And as a learner, yes, but as a learner, you are more in an adventure mode to explore several things because of really asking the right questions, but more open questions. No? And then is another thing. Sometimes it's about the what, and the judger is very often in the way of why, and the why. Okay. I think yes, that is we should be really quite aware of this, because the why is not always the right way to find out, but what, and then is the next thing, how.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Barbara.
What and how. So that is what I'm get from this.
Amazing. Thank you, Barbara.
Anybody? Shoshana? Yeah, I would agree with what Barbara said. And I think the first, the judger mindset really activates the lizard brain, the amygdala reactivity, good, bad, right, wrong, win, lose, survival, flight, fight.
Yes.
Freeze mode, and the learner mindset is always a choice. It's based on self-awareness, emotional intelligence, of course, as we know, lots of open questions, suspending assumptions, and win-win focus, which is harder to do than the survival brain activation, because it means we have to have that pause, awareness, reflection, open questions, willingness to learn, to grow, to change, to keep an open heart. So it's actually, I think, harder in a way to strengthen the muscle, but eventually it becomes more of a habit. But yeah, it's hard not to let the lizard control our reactivity and choices.
Very true. Very true. So we kind of like tend to go to the lizard brain, the amygdala, the flight, fight, freeze mechanism, right? It's a survival thingy. Okay, thank you, Shoshana. Excellent. Who else?
Hamza, good afternoon.
Yes.
Hamza,
Yes.
may I say something?
Please, Ahmed. Yes.
Hello, Sahlan. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. What I can see from this chart reminds me a bit of some of our Islamic teachings. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, the judger mindset is a person who doesn't accept what is happening. Okay, and is always blaming something or someone or himself for what is happening. In order to be able to improve or make any change in your life, you have to accept what you have today. Be thankful for it, because you do have many blessings. Okay. Things will always go wrong in life, and you have just to accept the situation that you're in or the position that you have, and see, analyze, explore what options you have. If you do that, then you are in the learner mindset. And once you have this satisfaction of acceptance, you get rid of all the frustrations and the depression that comes along with it, and you can move ahead. Okay. Basically, I'm just saying, the judger does not accept what he is. Okay, and is always asking why and trying. It's basically a blame culture that he's living in. Okay, instead of being an engineer and looking for solutions and figuring out the right path. Basically, that's what I want to say.
Beautiful, Ahmed. Acceptance is a nice word. And sometimes we don't accept, we resist. And they say, what you resist. Can you complete? What you resist?
Resist.
Persist.
Yes, persist. Absolutely.
Persist.
So sometimes we need to accept the facts, and maybe if we can do something about it, we can. That's good. If we cannot do something about it, you know what? It's better to accept it and live with it, and hopefully it will change somehow, or by time, or whatever.
Nothing remains as the same. Everything changes. You just have to accept, and life is always changing. It's dynamic,
Absolutely. Life is changing and it's moving, and we need to change, and we need to embrace the change.
Correct.
Any other comments?
I think I have a comment, but I'm not sure if it's related to the topic.
Please, go ahead, Abdullah.
Last year, I was applying for a part-time job in a particular place.
Yeah.
And after the interview with the HR and then the manager of the store, they told me that they'll reply to me and tell me if I got in or not in a few days. 2 days afterwards, I called and they said, hopefully within today or tomorrow, I'll get back to you. And that was on a Thursday. So I was like, since it's the weekend and I will not call them during the weekend, I'll just wait until Sunday. So Sunday came and I called them again with no results. So at first I was like disappointed, judging the fact that they're like, they don't want me.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough for them, or I'm too good for them.
Yeah.
But at first I was disappointed, but then another offer came to me, which is better, in a place where I actually felt like home. So
Right.
I did not get what I want because I got something better. So that's kind of like the path of the judge mindset, and then to the switching lane, to the learner.
Oh, Abdullah, you noticed the switching lane.
Yes.
So were you upset in the beginning?
Yes.
And then what did you tell yourself? Like were you in the blaming or?
I was blaming them, but the most I was blaming myself for maybe not giving a better first impression, not giving more to them, or not giving them what they wanted from me. Because I've learned from my mistake that they asked me a question. We have 3 positions. Which one do you think fits for you?
Okay.
And instead of me telling them which one fits me perfectly, I just told them I can work in either one of them. So basically they got confused that I'm not sure where I want to work. So maybe that's one of the reasons that they didn't.
Yeah. Probably they want you to take the decision and you didn't take the decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But just a theory. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's an assumption. You don't know if
Yes.
it's right or wrong. Cool. That's very
Exactly.
nice. Let's move on. Thank you, Abdullah. Let's move on to why do we have a map? Why do we need a map?
To guide us.
Yes, it's a guide. It's a guide. And we as a human being, do we have a guide? You know, you buy a computer, you buy any gadget, it comes with a guide, right? A guidebook.
Yes.
Or an overview, manual. Do we have a manual?
Which nobody reads.
Which nobody reads, yeah. Even if we have manual, we don't think of it.
Good point.
Some of us have teenagers.
Say that again. Say that again, Michelle.
I said some of us have teenagers to help us with the computers.
Yeah, thank God, huh? These guys are good at the computers. We don't need the guiding manual. So a map is a manual. Is to help us see ourselves. And the map that you just saw, which Marilee called the choice map, it's a good guide. It's a good visual that will help us to see ourselves moment to moment to moment. Because my friend Eric told me that we have 40 to I can't even admit this guy. We have 40,000 to 60,000 thoughts in our minds. And imagine the amount of thoughts we have. These are all decisions and we take and we carry out through our days. So moment to moment to moment, we're taking decisions. We're doing stuff. And sometimes we do it from a judger mindset, and sometimes we do it from a learner mindset. So having that map will always help us to remember, where are we? Am I on a judger or am I on a learner path? And it's always good to move to the learner path. But by default, we have been programmed to be on a judger, to be on the defensive, to protect ourselves. It's a survival mechanism. But being in the judger is the worst place to be. You want to be on the learner, which is always discovering, curiosity, accepting the facts, as Ahmed said. having curiosity, like Barbara said, being aware of what's going on, like Shoshana said. So all these things helps us to be more of a learner mindset rather than a judger mindset, because the judger mindset, and I'm sure all of you have stories like, that happened to you when you were in a judger mindset. And when you were in the judger path, where did it take you? It take you to the pit, to the mud pit, and you get stuck there. And sometimes you see people, you say, why this guy is always successful? Or why this woman is always successful? Or why this person is not always successful? Because they are always, the successful people, they're always in the learner mindset. They're always in the learner, they're always curious. They always want to be aware. They're accountable. They're responsible on their action. When we are in a judger, we tend to blame. And sometimes, what do we blame? Some people, they blame the weather. They make me frustrated nowadays when you blame the weather. What can you do with the weather? You cannot do anything. You purely must accept it. There are things in life that we cannot do anything about it. All we need to do is accept it. Accept it and move on. And look at things that we have the capability to change or to influence. And these are the things that we should focus on, not the things that, like the weather or the politics scene or the environment. These are not within our hands. So that's why we have a map. Now, I want to ask you several questions, and I want you to check your feelings, your mood, and how do you feel, even in your body. Does it have any effect on your body? Okay, so the first question, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Second question, whose fault is it? Whose fault? Third question, why are they so stupid? Why are they nincompoop? Fourth question, how can I prove that I am the correct person? How can I prove that I am right? Why bother? The hell with it. Why bother? Now you turn to talk. Tell me, how did you feel? What was your mood with these set of questions?
Frustrated.
Frustrated? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good word.
I would say I got more in a more aggressive mood, and more, it's more aggressive. So it's not always the right way to do it in this way. Sometimes sometimes it can be a good way, but not always. So it's more an aggressive feeling about to like this.
You want to fight?
Yes, it's a fight thing. Yes, but sometimes it's okay to have it in a fight modus. I can tell you, sometimes it's okay,
So,
but not always.
So I think what you're saying, Barbara, if you are aware of it,
that's it.
Yeah, but when you are not aware, you're going onto the automatic.
Yes. And that I think that is really important what you are saying. You have to be aware about what is going on when you think about several questions, and what can you do with the questions. So in this case, you have the questions as a tool for yourself to get in a special mood, because sometimes in some situations you need to be more, I don't like to say aggressive, but more in a fight. I would say in a fight mode, because the other one is as well in a fight mode. Yes, and you can't get in without this. But that's really important what you're saying, to have it really aware that is a kind of tool. And for this reason, you need another tool to calm down, to cool down with other questions.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Barbara. Any other comments?
Allow me to comment,
Yes, please,
please.
Ahmed.
I don't see the fight in this. All of these questions makes me feel frustrated, make me feel, like, why bother? Basically giving up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Depressed. I wanna get out of here. I wanna move to Timbuktu.
So negative.
Exactly, negative.
Negative environment. You put yourself in a negative environment, and when we are put in a negative environment, we will not work we will not get our best.
True.
Yeah. Let's say these were all judgmental questions, and judger questions. The mood will be pessimism, stress, and limitation. Our mindset, judgmental, reactive, inflexible. And our relationship, we want to attack or be on the defensive behavior. Okay. So these are the effect of, and Barbara, Ahmed, all of you mentioned that in your comment. Now let's look at different type of questions. What do I want? What do I want? What works? What are the facts? And what can I learn from this situation? What are my choices? What action steps make sense to me? What are the possibilities? What is possible? Now, how these questions affect your mind or influence your mood? In what way?
Very opening of the possibilities, the heart opens, my mind opens, the excitement is released. So because that's part of our natural creativity, exploration, lots of doors open, and yeah, I think it opens visioning, and it opens the vastness of creativity, of collaboration, etc.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what she said. Basically, it allows you to focus by defining what you want and how to get there, puts you in a planning mode, puts you in an action mode, puts you in a mood of activity and moving ahead, looking forward to the future.
So, Ahmed, what you're saying, and Shoshana, is the first set of questions kind of, put us on, we're like going to jail.
True.
The second questions more free us to take action and to do things, to move. Brilliant. Thank you.
So basically, freedom.
Yeah. Say that again, Abdullah.
So basically, it's the freedom.
It is the freedom rather than being jailed. So the mood of these kind of questions, the learner question, is optimism, hope, and possibility. The mindset is thoughtful, understanding, and flexible. Your relationship, you'll be connected and collaborative, like Shoshana said. See what kind of questions you ask yourself. Set your mood, and your mood will set your behavior. Your behavior will give you the result that you want, and people will friend you or unfriend you related to your mood, related to your behavior. Now, as Abdullah mentioned, there is a switching lane because we tend to fall. The default is the judger path, and to get out of the judger path is the awareness part. You need to be aware. If you're not aware, if your mind is full of thoughts, you're worrying about the future, you're regretting the past, you will not be aware. You're not living the now. So you skip things, and you will go in the judger for a long time. But when you are aware, you can switch. And by asking, am I a judger? Do I want to be here? Am I happy with the place that I am in? How can I make it better? Thank you. Is this how I want to feel? Where would I rather be? How else can I think about this situation or this problem or this conversation? So these kind of questions can switch us from judger to learner. And we need to switch. Like me, when I heard that my program for next week was canceled, I went into the judger. I said, why are they doing this to me? I've been giving them business, good business. They always, come to me. I am the go-to guy for them. And now they're saying they're canceling. Once I switch, and I remembered in my mind eye the mind map, I switched and I said, wait, what am I doing? What do I want from this situation? Do I need this relationship or not? And by asking myself this question, what are the possibilities? How can I make this better? Instead of talking about something that happened and they took a decision that is not going to happen next week, we started talking on something that is even bigger. So in a way, that choice map made me money. I was able to make money. If I didn't know this, I would have gone into they call it the rabbit hole. I would have gone there and I would have, complained, and still now I would be talking to you complaining about these guys who did not, who canceled the program that I was supposed to do. So how you look at it, it's very important, and awareness is very important here. And what makes us aware, or the choice map, helps us a lot. The choice map, you look at it, you see from the start there is a choice. In every moment we have a choice, whether to respond or we react. And usually the reaction comes like this. We react from feelings, from thoughts, we just react. Response is no, when we pause, like Barbara said in the morning, when we pause, when we stop, pause, take a deep breath, and analyze the situation you are in, ask yourself good questions, and move into the learner zone. And the learner zone is a beautiful mindset. It's always about possibilities. It's always about what's ahead, or how can I make things better, rather than being stuck in the mud. So questions make our future. When I was in high school, I decided, I said, what do I want? Most of my friends wanted to go to, you know, the business school, the literature school. Why? Because it's easy. And fewer people want to go to the science schools, the engineering schools, and all these things, because it was tough. And I asked myself, what do I want? Do I want this or I want that? And I decided, I opted for the tough stuff, for the challenging stuff. Because I am wired like this. I like to have challenges in my life and overcome these challenges. And what made it for me is that I decided to go into that, and that helped me a lot to see things in a different way, in a totally different manner. I created my future by asking myself the right questions. It's like here in the slide, you know, there is a past, and if you're going in the same rhythm, the same things, you know, if we keep doing the same thing over and over again and accept different outcome, we are insane. I think Einstein said that, right? If you keep doing the same thing over and over, the same thing, and you say, how come my life is not changing? You are an nincompoop. Sorry. Because you're supposed to do things differently to get different results. You cannot keep doing the same thing over and over and expect change and different future. So always a new questions create a new future. And new questions will create a new future. So always think of the questions that comes through your mind and analyze them. Are they doing you good? Or are they making you less moving and not doing very well? This is Marilee Adams, our teacher. She has the book, which did very well, the Change Your Questions, Change Your Life. And in that book, the choice map is there. And by the way, if you go to the website, you can buy the choice map, copyrighted, for $5, I think, or less. It's good to have it. I have it all the time with me. I printed in a nice material, so it doesn't get ruined. And I look at it every time. And I say to myself, and now I'm visualizing it in my head. And every moment to moment, I ask myself, am I where I am? And I always shift. If I am in a judger, I want to shift on in the learner path or learner mindset. So, what is the mindset? The term mindset represents a set of beliefs and assumptions we hold about ourselves, others, and the world. So that creates a mindset. Okay? Say that again. Oh, sorry. Okay. So mindset also points to what we hold as possible for ourselves, others, and the world. So you have that mindset, and mindset is very important for all of us to think of our mindset. Where are we? Some people are always on the negative and negative mindset, and they're always thinking of scarcity rather than abundance. You know, even in competition, now when we do intervention with organization, we don't tell them anymore in the marketing area, we don't tell them anymore to look at the competition. Really, we don't want them to focus. All we want them to focus on is themselves, is on their internal processes, on their collaboration, on how they work together. Because if they can do that, they will be the best in the market. Because if we're working on, if they look at themselves inside and work on themselves and fix themselves from the inside, they will look good in the outside. So even the competition don't look at them look at yourself, focus on yourself, and that's how you win, and that's how you succeed.
I would like you to come in for just a second, Hamza.
Yes.
It was quite interesting what you are saying about this marketing part,
Yes.
because I think you know it. Last year I went to INSEAD,
Yes.
and and there was 3 months working
Program.
yeah in the program, and it was really a great one because it was about leadership in a crisis. And there was one thing, and it was a brilliant program.
Yes.
And there was really one thing: in a crisis, you need the collaboration with all your customers, with all your suppliers, with all the people around, and with the whole economic world. And that's especially in a crisis. So when you are in a fight mode and in a competition mode at the beginning, it's very difficult to change this mood, because it's a kind of mood and it's a kind of relationship. But in a crisis, you need the relationships and you need the collaboration, and to talk to several people and say, hey, you are the one, you have a liquidity problem or whatever, or you can't get the logistics. So what can we do? Yeah. And for me, I got really the impression, but it was really interesting because I had it before, but now it was more stabilized because of the program, that I said we should lead like like we are always in a crisis.
Yeah.
It would be better. Yes, because I think we will really, in a company, we could get better results, because we are more aware what could happen, and at this point of collaboration, and to say, here we are solving problems together. And sometimes so you need the competitor as well, yeah, to survive. And that is exactly at the moment the point. Yeah. So it was really interesting. So what you are saying about the marketing thing, that should be quite clear more and more in the companies.
I agree with you. We need the competition. We need the uncertainty.
For sure, yeah.
When we don't have the uncertainty, we have everything certain, then we will not work harder, and we will not give more. You know?
But we should be as well aware of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what will happen in situations which are not like, hey, always is the curve like this. The curve is not going like this. Yeah. That's not reality.
It's not reality. Yeah, reality is going up and down, and sometimes up.
Yeah, it's up and down. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Well done, Barbara. Thank you so much. So in this slide, we see the mindset of a judger and the mindset of a learner. And most of you talked about these things. Like, look at the learner, open-minded, curious, all about creativity, all about solving problems, appreciative, accepting, flexible, collaboration, solution-focused, responsibility-oriented, taking personal responsibility rather than blaming and looking at others. Sometimes we blame the government, sometimes we blame COVID, sometimes we blame Dr. Fauci.
That was terrible.
We cannot do anything. We have to take care of ourselves, and we have to be, in charge of ourselves. More on that. This is the 5 A's for awareness, curiosity. It lies on the curiosity foundation. So awareness, acknowledgement, accountability, appreciation, and acceptance, like Ahmed said. Ahmed said we need to accept things. So all these 5 A's, put us on a curiosity mood. And when we are curious, we're more about possibility, what we can do next, and what action we can take. So seeing in awareness, seeing what it is, seeing the situation as is. Now, phase 2 is the acknowledgement and the accountability, doing the hard work, and then enjoying the fruit of being a learner mindset, being appreciation and accepting the fact. Here is some activities that we will go very fast because I have the time is going, but I will take it from there. First activity, we want to be observant and we want to ask ourselves, what mindset does the image evoke in me? And what bodily sensation do I notice and experience this mindset? Meaning, whenever you see the picture, I want you to look at your mindset. What kind of mindset? Is it learner or judger? And then I want you to look at your body. What sort of body sensation that you are having with that image? Okay? First image.
Tight.
Second image. Third. Fourth. That's it. Tell me. Oh, more. So what does this image evoke in you? What sort of mindset? And this one? This one? You don't want to be judges? What happened to this guy? This image is really strong, huh? So this exercise is for you to look at these images and find out where does it take you. Because this is how we do things in our life. We see stuff and we just, judge them. We are good judges. And my friend Amanda Gore always says, to live life from the heart, first, don't judge. Second, go into your heart. And third, spread love. Spread love doesn't mean that you have to love everybody, but by giving smiles, by saying hello and greeting people that other people don't greet, So these are, some of the exercises that we do in the big program. Now, sometimes we need some somatic practices. This is one exercise that we do. Basically, you put your hand on your heart and you start breathing, deeply, calm your mind, and you start feeling differently. This is what I have for you, and I will stop it on the choice map. And if you have any questions, please let me know. This is our tool that we're discussing today. And look at the questions. And where are you now? Or where you want to be all the time? And basically, this is how you plan your life. This is how you become a successful person. This is how you control the results that you want to get, by being always on a curiosity, on a learner mindset. Look at the situation we are in now, COVID, last year. And I go back to my initial story. Last year in March 2020, we didn't know. We thought by Eid, by Ramadan, things will go back to normal. We thought by summer, things will go back to normal. Now we are in the second year. We don't know. Now we get vaccinated, and some people get vaccinated, some people didn't get vaccinated. But still, the worry is there. The fear is there. Where we want to be? What choice do we have? Do you want to listen to the news all the time and focus on the number of deaths and number of situations? You as a coach, how you use this with your clients? How you use the choice map with your clients? How can you use the question? Please, Shoshana, tell me.
Hamza, this is wonderful, and I love visuals. Do you know, if we purchase the $5 map, do we have the right to promote their work by sharing the image, the graphic image of the map, for example, on Facebook or LinkedIn with, of course, their book is in the corner, the copyright, or it's their copyright say don't use it. You can talk about it, but don't use the image, because the image is so powerful. Can you speak to that, please?
I would like to ask Michelle to help me here. I don't know.
Good.
I would say reach out to them and ask them permission. I know this image is copyrighted, and I would ask their permission.
Thank you.
Inquiry Institute.
Mm-hmm.
Inquiry Institute. And you can talk to them. And but it is purchasable for purchase. I purchased it for $4.99 or something like this. And I have the same situation of your question, Shoshana, that I would love to give it to everybody I see. You know, but I need to ask the permission.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Hamza. Thank you, Michelle. Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. It could be a doorway to more people knowing about their work, but it's also protected and copyright. So I understand that. As someone who develops images myself, I totally understand that, with permission only. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
I actually have a comment about the pandemic right now. It's happening.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that last year was better than this year, and that last year it was better, but at the same time it wasn't organized well enough to bypass or basically diverge from the incidents that are happening right now. So if it was controlled better last year, then this year it would have been better. But as can be seen in like a lot of countries, like the amount of deaths that is happening, the amount of chaos that is happening, not just for the corona itself, but other factors, like more deaths are happening, more suicides are happening due to the fact that corona is here.
Yeah.
So it's not just the fact that corona is killing people by the disease, but also it's killing them
mentally, yeah, by the fear. People are feeling,
yes,
yeah, by the fear, and fear is false evidence appearing real, meaning it's not real. Fear is not real. But when we get scared, when we are fearful, our immune system goes down, and when our immune system goes down, we're more inviting the diseases to come. So the idea is I protect myself, I clean, I do the hygienic stuff, I social distance, and I practice all these things, and the rest is from God, the creator. I cannot do anything else about it. So having that mindset will help me see the world in a better way. Because now, if you look at the news only and look at the fear only, you will be always on a judger mindset, and you'll always be fearing what's going on, and you will be in a negative mode. And negativity will lower your cortisol, or you'll have more cortisol, and you will be more immunity is less, and you'll get more diseases. I see your point related to last year and this year, because last year we didn't know any better, and we thought it will be finishing soon. This year we're going into second year, and we don't know when it's going to be done. Even with vaccination, in the beginning we thought vaccination will solve it, and now they're saying even vaccination is not solving it. So we are going to live with that for a long time, and it depends on how we see it and how we can take advantage of it, and what mindset do we have for it. If we have a bad mindset, then our life will be bad.
But in the same time, it's like this year is basically like a second chance for us to be better, do better than last year.
As a human being, you mean?
Yes, and to control the pandemic better than last year.
Yeah.
So now we have a chance to either like move forward or move backwards.
This is a chance for all the world to collaborate for once.
But that's the issue. Because of last year, when things were slowly, people thinking that things will go back to normal at the end of the year, like governments began to slowly like open out everything, the malls, the shoppings, the like going out and stuff, ease the curfews and stuff. People got relaxed about the idea that, oh, it's gone, it's gonna be fine, everything's gonna be fine. We can go out now, we can go celebrate our kids' graduation, go to weddings, go to Duania, go there and this. But what they don't know is that they're affecting other people's lives, because what they're doing, they only think about themselves. Their happiness is just temporary, because they might have fun going to weddings and stuff, but they might cause us that still we're gonna continue on being in the same situation. And
Abdullah, you want me to be a judger? I will not judge these people. I don't want to judge them. You know what I'm saying? I used your example, Abdullah, to illustrate to all of us that sometimes we just judge. And judging is not going to take us, it might make us feel temporarily at an advantage, but then what is it going to do to us? Blaming others or judging others by not listening to the health guidance, by not react or not exercising the social distancing, and by partying and getting together and expanding or making the disease go a long way to others people. What we can do is we can take care of ourselves.
like, for
In a way, Abdullah, look at yourself.
yeah,
and be the change that you want to see, rather than looking at others and blaming others and saying, oh, these guys did this, these people did that. No, I want to look at myself, and the epidemic is good for that, for us, for all of us, really, no matter what age we are, is to look back at us. What are we doing in this world? Why are we here? What can we do? How can we collaborate? I mean, it's the only thing that happened in the world that united the whole humanity. Really, really. I mean, you know, I am now in New York City, and usually now I come for vacation, but I cannot enjoy it because people are social distancing. There is no like things that are open up. Nobody is enjoying their lives. So you cannot enjoy life as it used to be only if everybody is safe. And for a moment, I used to look at myself and I used to pray for myself only. And now when I pray for the whole world. Because if the whole world is survived, then we will have fun. If I only my world survive and the rest of the world collapse, what's the fun in it? So I see this epidemic is for all humanity to look back at where we are coming from. We're coming from one source, but yet we have different colors, different religions, different thoughts, different ideology. That doesn't separate us from each other. We should still collaborate and we still work with each other. If we can look at this for leadership, as a leader, okay, what kind of questions you want to guide your people? What kind of questions you're asking yourself to show up? How do you show up? Are you showing up as a learner, as a curious, or as Mr. Knowing It All? There is a big difference.
In a way, it's a chance to develop yourself.
Yes, this is the time to develop yourself. This is the time to look inside. Because looking inside, let me tell you a story that was told by Dan Wire. Dan Wire, he has a nice story. He says one of the people, because he had his key, he lost his key because the whole building went into blackout. The electricity went off, and it was night, so he was not able to look up his car keys. His flat was dark. So he looked up the window only to see the street lights were on. Then he walked down under the street lights, started looking for his car keys. His neighbor passed by and he said, "Dr. Dyer, what are you doing?" He said, "I lost my keys. I'm looking for my keys." So his neighbor went out for the car, and they both now are looking for the keys under the lights. Then his neighbor asked him, "Are you sure you lost the keys here?" He said, "No, I lost them in the house." He said, "Then why are you looking here?" What do you think of this guy? What do you say? What's your judgment? Judge, no judge. Judge him.
Crazy?
Crazy, yeah, we say he's crazy. But we all do that. Abdullah, we all do that. Now, we don't look at ourselves. If we turn our eyes and look inside ourselves, it's going to be very dark. We cannot see inside us. But I can see Eric, I can see Abdullah, I can see Yvonne, I can see all of you, and I can point finger and I can judge you. But looking at myself, I don't. And my friend Andrea, she said, "The man in the mirror." Remember that song for Michael Jackson? Take a look at yourself and make a change, rather than looking at others. And sometimes we don't want to use this map as labeling. Oh, he's a judger, she is a learner, she's a judger, she's a learner. No. This is not a labeling issue. And we all go into judgers. Without knowing, we go into judgers all the time. This is a human reality. But the best thing is how to switch and how to notice and to be aware that we are a judger and to switch and become into a learner and go into the learner path. And that's how we, live our life in abundance, live our life in success, because we see things in a different way. We look at possibilities. We don't look at limitations. Any other questions? Any other input? Any other, before we close?
Yes, Hamza, this is Eric.
Hi,
I want
Eric.
to thank you first of all for inviting me.
Thank you
We have
for-
gone through this journey already quite some time now. So, and I'm happy
By the
with
way,
you.
Eric and Michelle is with me for the past 6 months, doing this work on question thinking, and all these. There is a lot of tools. I just share with you one tool, which is the choice map. Okay, sorry, Eric.
So that's why I wanted to thank you, Hamza, for being with me on this learning living path. That's how I call it. Yeah, the choice map is guiding us as a learning liver. And my quote to my audience is always, can I change people? No. Can I influence people? Yes. And it's all about learner living, influencing the people, but you can change yourself. Somebody else can change himself or herself. Thank you, Hamza, and see you soon.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much.
Excellent. I love this work, and I'm so thrilled to be a part of it with you and Eric. And I love seeing you share this information with other individuals. I love sharing it, and this was a wonderful presentation. And I loved hearing all of the comments. I loved hearing everyone interact, that this is maybe your first exposure to this. It's just wonderful and exciting.
Thank you, Michelle.
Hamza, thank you very much for sharing this with all of us. It has been great to be here. And as always, I enjoy a lot, learn a lot from you, my friend. Hope to see you soon. Take care of yourself, my friend.
Yvonne, if you are ever in New York, I'm here till June 11th. I would love to see you, Mr. Messi.
Thank you, Hamza. Thank you for inviting me. It was great. I think we should continue the learning journey. I always believe that we need to be critical with ourselves. Like, don't. There's a quote that goes, with the measure that you judge others, you will be judged. So it's always looking at yourself in the mirror, and trying to notice the change every day and improving every day. That's what really matters.
Amazing, Anil. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing.
Thank you. It was wonderful. It was a pleasure. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Anil.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, so I would like to step in the judge mode now,
Yes, please.
Hamza, because yes, it was great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for the invitation.
Thank you.
And I think this choice map is a really good one. I was just thinking, when you give it to lawyers, what they would say about it, because the judger mindset is so, it's like, what is it in English? Impregnation, in the brain. And in this case, it would be a nice experiment to talk with them about it. But thanks so much, Hamza. I really love it, and I really love it to see you. And thanks so much to all the others and the comments. It was really interesting. Yeah.
Thank you,
And
Barbara.
have a great evening, and have a good.
What time is it in Germany now?
In Germany, it's 10:14.
Oh, okay.
So it's fine. Yeah, it was great. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. And thanks so much.
Thank you.
Oh, and we will keep in touch.
Okay. Thank you, Barbara.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Ahmed.
Thank you, Hamza, for inviting me. This is my first time ever on a Zoom meeting, and it
Really?
wasn't
Oh my
kidding.
God.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming.
yeah. I really enjoyed the subject, the topic, and the comments from everybody. It's been a learning experience for me, and I look forward to future engagements with you, similar to this. Enjoy New York, and see you back soon when you're in Kuwait, huh?
Inshallah. Thank you. Thank you, Ahmed.
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
يعطيك العافية على التدريب الطيب.
أهلا أستاذة تمام.
حياك الله يا هلا. يعطيكم العافية جميعا.
الله يعافيك.
تشرفت فيكم.
الله
Thank you very
يسلمك. أنت مشكورة. أنت مشكورة. Thank you for coming.
welcome.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ciao. Bye bye.
Wow.
Thank you, Uncle, for having me. It was a lecture.
Abdullah, thank you, Abdullah. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Hamza.
Eric,
Bye-bye.
Michelle, when is our meeting?
Friday is our next class.
Okay, next Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, next Friday.
All right. See you then.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you, Michelle. Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you, Eric. Take care.
بتين ولا لا?
John?
My mother wanted to say hi, but
Oh, okay. I can say hi to her. Where is she?
wait, she's coming right now.
Let's stop the